Draw a card off the bauble. Unholy Heat number 4. Some more classic prowess action. So today we're playing the same deck as I've been playing in the challenges recently. Very stock Bliss, notably cutting the 4th expressive in the main for the first heat in the main board. Otherwise, main board is very stock. Sideboard, we've got 1 strobe, 2 meltdown, 3 consign, 3 snare and 1 pierce to fill out the counterspell package, 2 surgical, and then 3 unholy heat to round it off. So very boring deck list today, but boring is discipline. If you want a sideboard guide for my August prowess list, check out my link down below in the description. Also got a complete guide for the prowess archetype there as well. Come and catch us live on Twitch, streaming almost daily, so come and check out some live gameplay. Round number 1 on the draw. Easy decision on the mulligan. I think we keep this one and put back the growth. I think putting back growth is just better across more matchups. Keeping growth is better against the damage-based removal decks. Opponent starts off with a Saga into Drum. We top deck a Cutter, so we'll just go Mesa, send the turn back, Saga trigger. Opponent plays out a Grove and Broodscale. So I think end step, just going to bolt the Broodscale. Easy mana efficiency. Broodscale down. Top deck Islet. I think I'm just going to plot a Slick Shot, say go. Next turn, plan on playing Corey, and then Slick. Saga trigger, opponent makes mana. And they grab Vexing Bauble. Actually, I should have thought about that. That is a bad mistake. Opponent plays out Temple, and they do have Micro Spawn. Vexing Bauble, always escaping my brain. Opponent gets a Saga with the Micro Spawn trigger. Draw land. I think you would do want to try and trigger the Corey still. So we're going to fetch up a basic, go Corey plus Lava Dart. I think you're going to dart the Micro Spawn and then attack with the 2/2. I think we're going to leave the Slick Shot in plot. Can potentially just cast it next turn to get the Corey trigger. So dart Micro Spawn, trigger Corey, combat attack. Opponent does trade. Saga trigger. Opponent plays out another Temple. And Kozilek's Command. So make spawns, scry and draw. Looks like opponent's trying to set up for an Emrakul potentially. They scry all 3 cards at the top. Not a good sign. Top deck Growth. I think we'll just jam the first Slick Shot. And I'm going to cast the second one to trigger the Corey steal. Does get countered by Bauble. Move the Corey. Play Fiery Islet, go to combat. Attack with the team. Just really don't want to play Growth this turn. Opponent does make a Construct. So we'll do that. Pay 2. Countered by Bauble, GG. And Flashback Dart, also countered by Bauble. This Bauble has done too much work. Yeah, that plotted Slick Shot was just a really bad mistake. But the good news is, still get to keep the Monk, unless there's a Kozilek's Command. Oh, Dismember on Slick Shot. Didn't see that one coming. Yep, that goes through. So opponent goes down to 15, 2 cards in hand. Saga trigger. Opponent is going to make a Construct and grab a Blade. Ancient Stirrings. Opponent does find Broodscale. And then send the turn back. Going to end step, crack Islet. Draw land. Draw Lava Dart. Fortunately, can only deal 1 damage. So we can't stop the opponent's Broodscale combo. So I'm just going to pass the turn. Try and bluff that we have removal. Opponent does play out Broodscale. And equipping the Blade. So we're going to let that resolve. And they sack. So this will be infinite mana. They went for it. Can't effectively do anything about it right here. So we'll see what kind of payoff they got. Ballista, GG. Head to sideboarding. Sideboarding, get to cut 1 expressive, 2 urge, 3 growth. Board in 3 consigns and 3 heat. On the player, game 2. Opener, a little bit awkward. Have to mull. No second land, GG. This hand is also pretty awkward. Is this better than our average mull to 5? Probably not. I think we mull. This is better. I think we'll keep put back both burn spells, unfortunately. Got to play aggressive and then try and guarantee 2 spells on turn 3 with the Preordain. So we'll start with Mountain DRC. Opponent plays a Blade. Top deck Steam Vents. We'll jam that one. Play Corey. Trigger Surveil. Corey number 2. I think we'll keep this. It's one way we're able to overwhelm the opponent. Next turn, just play Corey and then try and overwhelm with threats. We could play Preordain next turn, actually. That might be better. Try to Delirium faster. Oh, opponent's going to Presage you the Corey steal, though. Do we want to search? Not particularly. We do need a threat on top. Yeah, I don't think we search here, actually. Need a threat. So we draw the Corey, play the Corey. Surveil, Bauble. Keep this on top. Surveil, Bauble on top. Attack for 1, send the turn back. Opponent's going to pick up Saga, Rumble. Hopefully they don't take Vexing Bauble. Opponent takes Presage number 2. And then they play Eldrazi Temple. Looks like a Kozilek's Command. There is the command. Opponent gets a spawn back. Play Preordain. Slick Shot DRC. Both are great. I think we'll want to play Slick Shot this turn. Trigger the Corey. And we'll play Bauble. Triggers. Crack Bauble on the opponent. Another Kozilek's Command on top. That's a bummer. Bash in with the team. Opponent takes 6 down to 12. Draw the DRC. Opponent's going to trigger Saga. Floating in mana. Haywire Might. Opponent pops it now. So the Corey still goes down. And this is a Kozak's Command. Yes, sir. Slickshot dead. Favorable draw. Opponent does play out the Boseiju. 2 cards in hand. Rumble. They do find Emrakul and Microspawn. So they do have enough mana for Emrakul next turn. Unfortunate. They do take Emrakul. Heat. So opponent has 13 mana exactly. So we're going to have to play out DRC and then heat one of these spawn tokens. Attack in with the Monk. No blocks, so we'll heat spawn token. Triggers. Land in the bin. Opponent takes 2 down to 12. See if they have a land. Another Eldrazi Temple. Perfect land. So there is Emrakul. Draw Steam Vents. Opponent's going to eat our DRC. Shock in Vents. There is a Consign to Memory. Couple cards too deep. Send the turn back. Rumble for the opponent. Another Emrakul. GG. And Microspawn. They do take Emrakul Combat. Bash in. And we draw Steam Vents. GG. On the play for round 2. Opening hand is a 1-lander, but we've got DRC into Preordain. I think we keep. Start with Fetch Shock DRC. Say go. Opponent plays Forest into Pithing Needle. So probably get a name Mishra's Bauble. They do name Bauble. Draw Islet. Hell yeah. Preordain. Trigger Surveil. Corey. We'll keep Corey. Great for next turn. Preordain as well. I think with this configuration, we're going to try and set up for a kill next turn. I just realized we can actually just get Delirium with the Corey and then hopefully burn out the opponent next turn. So we'll go top on the Corey, top on the Preordain. Play Fiery Islet. Growth DRC. Corey in the bin for Delirium. And Violent Urge. Second Violent Urge on top. I think we put this in the bin because we're going to deal 12, so put the opponent to 8. And then we have 8 damage in burn, and then the 3/3 DRC. So if they can deal with the DRC, Urge is bad. Mistake by us earlier not to just surveil away the Corey Steel, but we're here now. So opponent takes 12, down to 8. See what they got. Cavern on Eldrazi, Rumble. Rumble gets Stomping Ground, so they need specifically Dismember. Or they can Vexing Ball to stop a dart. Top deck, land, combat, attack for 3. Bolt the opponent, DRC in the bin, and double dart. Head to sideboarding. Sideboarding, going to change up a little bit. Going to cut 2 Expressive, 2 Growth, add in 2 Consign, and 2 Heat. On the draw for game 2. Opening hand is very slow. I think we mulligan. 0 threats is really bad in the matchup. No lands, mulligan. This hand is better. I think we'll keep put back Urge plus Slickshot. Opponent plays Grove into Pithing Needle. They name Scalding Tarn. Top deck DRC number 3. I think we'll just start with Surveil. Get that out of the way. Bauble will keep on top. A lot of Surveil triggers next turn. Hopefully just hit Delirium right away. Opponent jams out a Saga into Broodscale. So they do threaten the combo a bit here. Gonna play Bloodstained. Let's crack, grab Mountain, DRC, and Bauble. Trigger. Mountain. Well, if you want to double dart the Broodscale, do need a land. I think we'll keep that. And then Bauble the opponent, send the turn back, Cavern on top, draw the Mountain off Bauble, Saga trigger. Opponent does play out the Cavern, Broodscale number 2, and Haywire Might. So we can't deal with both Broodscales, so I think at this point we just go for a dart on the Haywire Might. Opponent attacks in with the Broodscale though. This could go pretty bad if we hit Delirium, so gonna dart now. Don't hit Delirium, we can't punish the opponent. That's unfortunate. Land in the bin. Man, that could have been backbreaking if we hit Delirium there. So opponent's going to go up to 22. We go down to 18. Top deck Corey. So now, unfortunately, with the Blade, we've got no way of stopping the opponent's combo. So I think we just go Mountain Corey, land in the bin, and just try and bluff that we have removal spell past the turn. Opponent's going to trigger Saga. Probably find Blade. Yes, sir. Opponent plays out a Grove. And going to adapt a Broodscale to make a token. Yep. We can't stop that. Now, equipping the Blade. Yeah, they went for it. They got it. Yep, sacking the spawn. So we'll just F6. Clearly, we got nothing. Now, unfortunately, we'll just die to one of the 2 Broodscales. So nothing we can do. Pack it up here. Head to game 3. On the play for game 3. Opening hand, 1 land. Does have burn, does have a Bauble though. I think we have to mull this. It's really awkward with that second land. We just fall too far behind. This hand is a lot better. Keep, put back, Corey number 2. Opponent starts off with a Gemstone Cavern. So we'll go Shock, Steam Vents, Swiftspear. Bash for 1. Opponent plays Ancient Stirrings. Finding Vexing Bauble, Cavern of Souls. And then Bauble. Top deck land, so we'll go Mesa, Crack, Mountain. Just jam Corey Steel. Trigger the Prowess, attack in for 2. So just looking for any non-creature spell off the top, basically. Would love Consign. Opponent's got Eldrazi Temple and Blade. No Broodscale though, but they could still have Kozak's Command, but I think they would have fired it off. Do top deck Preordain, start with a Swiftspear, play land, play Preordain, triggers, land, bottom, top deck DRC. So just gonna go combat, attack in with the team. Opponent not doing anything yet. I think we do the same. Just let the damage go through here. So they go down to 11. End step to get a crack bauble. So they're just really hungry for a Broodscale. But now our Lava Dart is back online. Could have second bauble. Pretty weird game. I think without Gemstone Caverns, it'd be pretty over. Second Temple is nice. Hopefully this is like a Micro Spawn being kicked. Is it just a Broodscale? Okay. Opponent's going to try to adapt, so we have to double dart. On the plus side, we do get a Cory Steel trigger, but we've got 0 non-creatures in hand, so we do need to top deck a non-creature spell. Flashback Dart, trigger the Cory. So yeah, we need a top deck. Hopefully cantrip into something. Lava Dart, perfect game. Play DRC. So just got to avoid a Kozilek's command. Dart, bunch of triggers, and opponent scoops it up. GG's. Round 3 on the play. Keep. Start with Mountain DRC. Send the turn back. Opponent plays Disciple of Freyalise tapped as a land. Top deck Tarn. So this could be Neoform, this could also be Trudge. I think in any matchup we always want to be aggressive anyway, so gonna go Fetch Shock, DRC, and then Bolt the Face. Gives us a cheeky chance of getting Delirium. Swiftspear in the bin. Land in the bin. One type off. Attack in with the DRC. Opponent plays Cavern into Ronus. Not gonna fire off the heat yet. Top deck another DRC. So we'll play DRC and go for the heat. Actually, before that, we should just fetch Surveil. Get that extra look. Bolt in the bin. Heat the Ronus, please. Bolt again. Growth. Land. Okay, well, this is now bad. So we'll send the turn back. That is pretty unlucky. We would have been in a pretty good spot there. Basically, just kill the opponent next turn. Opponent's got a Green Suns for 1, so they get the Trudge and then got access to 4 mana. Opponent plays second Ronus into K-Command on a DRC. Top deck land. So play Fiery Islet, crack the Islet. Another land. Wow. No attacks. Send the turn back. Opponent's got an Ugin, so we exile DRC. They make mana with the Ugin. They don't have enough mana for Emrakul, so I don't know what they're trying to do. Just a really big Kozilek's command. Yeah, that is rough. So they exile a DRC, make 8 spawns, scry 8, draw a card. Unfortunately, we can't beat this. Just going to pack it up. Head to sideboarding. Sideboarding, going to take out 3 Expressive, 2 Cory, and the Heat. Board in 3 Consigns, Spell Pierce, Assault Strobe, and 1 Meltdown. On the play for game 2, opener doesn't have a threat. We have to mull. His hand is better. I think we'll keep. I think we'll put back Bauble, because we plan on going turn 2. Preordain, held up, Spell Pierce. Start with a Scalding Tarn, fetch. Shock in Steam Vents. Swiftspear, punch for 1. Opponent's going to start with the Chalice for 0. So a good idea with the Mishra's Bauble on the bottom. And Disciple tapped. Top deck DRC. That's great. We'll play DRC and then just punch in for 1. Opponent plays Eldrazi Temple. And they're going to send the turn back, so we're just going to untap. Don't want to expose ourselves to K-Command. Top deck Slick number 2, so we'll start with Preordain. Triggers. There is K-Command, so we're going to fetch Shock and Spell Pierce. More triggers. Swiftspear in the bin, so that will be Delirium. DRC number 2, I think we'll put that in the bin as well. Assault Strobe, Slick Shot. Bottom Slick for sure. I think we'll bottom Strobe as well. Looking for either land, there it is, or more 1 mana interaction. So we'll bash in for 6. Strobe is just very awkward if we only have 2 lands. Opponent plays a Forest into Green Suns for 2 and Ronus. So we're going to fetch up Surveil. Urge is great, keep that on top. Draw Urge, play Slick Shot. Urge on the Slick, triggers. Bolt, keep on top, and then attack in with the team. So opponent's going to block, we put them to 1, and then scoop it up. Head to game 3. On the draw, opening hand is super slow. Does have a Meltdown, but you do really want a 1-drop in the matchup. Also, Consign is probably better on the draw. So opening hand is awkward as there is a 1-drop, but every other card is very bad. I think we'll mulligan as well. This one is the best we've seen. We'll keep. I think we'll just chuck back Cory plus Slick. Cory, unfortunately, just gets a lot worse once we're mulliganing. This at least allows us to hold up Spell Pierce on turn 1. Opponent starts off with a Trudge. Top deck Islet. We'll play Bloodstained Mire. Opponent plays Eldrazi Temple. Chalice on 1, so we have the Pierce. See you later. Draw another land. I think I want to play DRC first, just to bait out the first Kozilek's command. Opponent plays second Chalice on 1. That one resolves. Also playing a land tapped. We draw a Cutter. Just going to plot Slick Shot here. Try and set up for next turn with the Cutter. Hopefully dodge Vexing Bauble. Bash in with the DRC. Opponent plays a Ronus and Trudge, which is going to get countered by their own Chalice. Nice one. Top deck another land. Come on, man. We already got enough real estate. Well, Cory coming in. Trigger Surveil. Bolt in the bin. Gets countered by Chalice too easily. Play Fiery Islet. Play Slick Shot. Trigger the Cutter. Combat. Going to attack with the Monk as well. just in case they decide to not block. They do block, GG. So they take 1, send the turn back. Opponent's going to kick a micro spawn. Going to try and exile Fiery Islet, so we'll just draw a card. Another land. Opponent plays Bridge. So they're going to be able to bridge next turn, unless we do something to the board. They've still got 2 cards in hand. They play Ronus number 2. We draw Mountain number 3. Well, one of those ones where it doesn't look like what we would have done would change anything. Unfortunately, this happened in games 1 and 3, so it didn't really stand a chance. Just going to play Maya, crack, Surveil, Swiftspear in the bin. Still no Delirium, punch in for 1 in the air. Opponent's going to activate the bridge. Rumble. Rumble trigger does find Disciple, does also find Kozilek's Command. And there is just a natural Emrakul in the hand. Did not matter. Well, opponent controlling our turn is kind of whatever because we got double Mountain. So they're going to attack. We lose our entire board, unfortunately. Follow up micro spawn. Yeah, we'll pack it up. No draws can save us here. Alright, round number 4 on the draw. Opening hand, pretty awful. So opening hand is better. Just the 1 land. I think we'll put back a Slick. Opponent starts off with a Shocked Steam Vents. We do top deck a land. So if we play a DRC, it does get exposed to a Bolt. I think we just go land pass. We do have the growth to save it from a Dart. Opponent's got an Island Cycle, Lorien Revealed, get Steam Vents. And they've got Island into Delver. So end step, we're going to fetch Shock and go for the Dart. Dart on the Delver, goes through. Top deck Lava Dart again. So we'll jam, Corey, resolves, play Bauble, trigger. Crack the Bauble on the opponent. Gonna go for the Bolt on the Monk. Got the growth. Steam Vents number 3 on top, bash in for 5. So opponent goes down to 13, Bauble trigger. Opponent plays out Thunder Trap Trainer, grabbing Flame of Anor. And then Steam Vents coming in tapped. We top deck a Slick Shot. I think we should just be pretty aggressive here. Gonna go with DRC. Lava Dart, Thunder Trap Trainer. Triggers. Gonna look for Delirium. I'll keep a land on top. I think we'll just keep the land on top here. Nice and easy for next turn in case things go very south. Flashback Dart, sack Steam Vents. More triggers. Keep it on top. And opponent scoops it up. Head to sideboarding. Sideboarding, not exactly sure what we want to do, so might revisit the sideboard in between games 2 and 3. But for now, we're going to cut 2 Violent Urge and 1 Slick. Board in 2 more Heat and 1 Spell Pierce. On the draw for game 2, opener is a lot of Corey Steel, which is pretty good in the matchup, but no second land, too awkward. This hand is definitely better. Keep, put back Mountain. Opponent starts off with Arena of Glory. Top deck fetch, play fetch, say go. Opponent plays Tarn, no spells, so we'll just fetch Surveil. Not going to play out the Corey yet either. Looking for 1 drop, land in the bin. Top deck another fetch, so we'll play fetch land, say go. Opponent's going to fetch in the end step, grab Island, and Prismari Charm. That resolves. Don't want to fire off Spell Pierce on that one. Much rather try and protect the Corey Steel or one of our threats. Opponent puts Counterspell in the bin, plays Urge, and then Sleep Cursed Fairy. So it's got 3 stun counters on it. Ward 2, 1 mana 3/3 flyer. Just going to untap, top deck Heat. So we'll play Tarn, fetch up a basic, and then go Corey. Opponent's got the Spell Snare, so we'll fight back with Spell Pierce. Unfortunately, doesn't trigger Corey Steel this turn, but gotta do what you gotta do. Shock in, Vents, Spell Pierce, a Spell Snare. That one goes through. Corey Steel hits the table. Opponent plays Steam Vents, tap, and Delver. Untap, top deck another Dart. Start by playing Dart on Delver. That goes through. I think he will play fetch, crack, and gonna try and bolt the Fairy. Just trying to continue to 1-for-1 the opponent. Ward 2, trigger Corey Steel. See if this warrants a counterspell. Spell Pierce, fair enough. So Monk comes out, bash for 2. Opponent does have a bolt, it looks like. Yep. So the Monk goes down, but opponent's got 2 cards in hand. Top deck Fiery Islet. We'll start by cracking that one. Bauble, play Bauble. Gonna crack on the opponent. Land on top. And then we'll go Dart on the opponent, trigger the Corey. So just looking for 1 more card type to get Delirium. Then the Heat will be good enough to hit the Fairy. Combat. Bash for 2. Opponent's going to untap the Fairy. That's all fine by us. So they're down to 16. 1 card in hand. Probably a land in hand as well. So they should have 2 dead cards here. Top deck Corey number 2 off the Bauble, which is crazy. Combat, they attack in with the Fairy. Interesting. We draw a DRC. So we'll go Corey into DRC. Trigger Prowess. Opponent's last card was Spell Snare. GG. Makes sense. So we'll still play out DRC, trigger the Corey, move it across, and then just bash in for 4. Don't want to use any darts yet. Save them for next turn. Opponent down to 12. Probably their best draw is like Flame of Anor. Lorien Revealed, hard cast, so they get to draw 3. Fair enough. They play out Island, so 2 unknowns in hand. Combat, they attack in again. No blocks from us. They play out another Fairy. In the upkeep, I'm just going to heat a Fairy just for the Surveil. We're going to let it get countered. It's totally fine by us. We're looking to just kill the opponent with the Lava Darts from the bin anyway. growth, elite, keep it on top. Play growth on a creature, triggers, and opponent scoops it up. Head to the last round. Round number 5 on the play, up against teammate and friend of the channel, Maria. Opening hand, not the best, but I do know Maria likes to play Dimir mid-range, and Corey Steel's the best card in that matchup. So I think I'm going to keep. Could get a bit shot in the foot here, but we'll see. Start with a fetch. So go. Opponent plays Thundering Falls. Put Strand in the bin. Let's fetch. Grab Thundering Falls as well. Land will keep on top. It's good to guarantee for turn 3 with the expressive iteration. So go fetch, crack for Mountain. Corey, send the turn back. Temple Garden, shocked into Kavu. Top deck Bauble. Very solid draw. So we get to go Corey into Fari Islet, play Bauble. Triggers the Corries. So we'll move these both across. Crack the Bauble on the opponent. Leyline Binding on top. Now combat, attack with the team. They do block a Monk, so we got to go Violent Urge. Give it first strike. So damage goes through. Kavu down. Opponent on 15. Draw a card off the Bauble. Expressive number 2. Godless Shrine shocked in. So we'll see if we see a Scion plus, yeah, Binding here as well. No Binding yet. Top deck Dart. So we'll start with Expressive. Just looked at land. There is a Binding. And it's going to target Corey. So I think we'll go with Lava Dart on the face. Just to trigger the Corries. Get some more bodies on the ground. Expressive does not hit a land though. But we can still threaten lethal. I think we just want to put Heat in the hand. Exile the rest. Heat allows us to get through any creature they might play as a follow-up next turn. So we now attack. They do block. So we'll flashback Dart. Sacrifice Mountain. Bring the Monk up to a 4/4 so it trades with the Scion. And then opponent down to 4. Opponent plays a Frog into Leyline Binding number 2. Take the Corey. So the Heat going to come in clutch. Polluted Delta as well. Top deck Slick. So we'll just go with the Heat. Head to sideboarding. Sideboarding, going to take out 3 expressives, 4 DRC and a Corey. Board in 3 Heat, 3 Consigns, and 2 Spell Snare. On the draw for game number 2. Opener is a little bit awkward, especially if they have Scion. Is quite weak into a lot of their opening plays. I think we have to mulligan this, which does look a bit weird, but it's a pretty awkward hand if we draw lands. Yeah, we're just really slow at the gate, not much going on. This triple Preordain. Okay, I think we actually keep this, put back a Preordain, play a little bit slow. I think this is better than the average 5. Still missing Consign, of course, but if the opponent doesn't have a Leyline, we've got really good answers and a good chance of actually hitting Delirium with a sorcery. There is the dreaded Leyline into Triome. Top deck Urge, so we'll go Fetch Shock, Preordain. Bolt, Dart, bottom both. Top deck a Slick Shot. Hollowed Fountain, untap. Uh-oh, Kavu. Okay, so it's not a Scion. Top deck a Bauble. Gonna go with Preordain. Need that second land. No second land still. Bottom. Heat. Okay, well, play out a Bauble. Crack on the opponent. Spell Snare on top. Good to know. Draw a card off the Bauble. Unholy Heat number 4. Okay. I guess we should have waited on the Bauble. Yeah, that was a mistake. Should have waited until the combat. Spewing. I was just too hasty to try and find that second land. There it is. Yeah, big errors from Ethan. But what we can do here, we can fetch and plot. That way we can get the Spell Snare going on Slickshot next turn. And then in combination with another instant, we can get Delirium. Yeah, that was a really bad error with the Mishra's Bauble. Such a minor thing, but it's actually potentially going to cost us the game. Combat, opponent attacks him with Kavu. Discard Frog, draw a card. So we go down to 6. Top deck a Dart. So we'll start by playing a Slickshot. Slickshot sticks. Wow, big brain. Great play. In that case, I think we just send the turn back here. Try and go defensive, Violent Urge. But opponent does have push, so that can resolve. We'll now go for Dart to get Delirium. So hopefully avoid Stubborn Denial. And now Heat the Kavu. Should probably do this in the upkeep, but Stubborn Denial beats us pretty much no matter what. That one goes through, really lucky. Yeah, should have done the upkeep, that was lazy. Starting to get tired, GG. Opponent plays Flood Strand. We draw a Bolt, so we'll jam a Swiftspear, combat, attack in with a Swiftspear. So basically hoping that opponent doesn't have a Scion. Their hand is likely 3 interaction pieces though. Yep, there's a push, makes sense. And then they should probably fetch up Surveil in the end step. Yep, Thundering Falls coming in. Practice offense in the bin, that is scary. Polluted Delta was the draw for turn. So now we're in a bit of a weird stalemate. Top deck Preordain, we'll start by playing that. Looking for threats. Bottom both of these ones. Corey, send the turn back. Keen to play Corey, but we do need third land. Cracking Surveil in the end step. They're going to put the card on top. That is probably a Scion. Kavu, hell yeah. So much better than a Scion. Gonna Heat the Kavu. Kavu goes down. Top deck Dart. I think we just jam Corey still on the empty board. They have binding, they have binding. Spells to number 2, fair enough. But when there's no threats, we've got to try and get it out there as soon as possible. No play from the opponent. We draw a spell snare of our own, send the turn back. Bit of a stalemate, no spells from the opponent either. Top deck Slick. I think we'll just plot the Slick Shot and then send the turn back. Frog coming in. Top deck Thundering Falls, we'll play Slick Shot first. Spell snare again. That's right, we already saw the first spell snare, we just completely forgot about it. Play Thundering Falls. Lava Dart in the bin. Go Heat on the Frog. That one goes through, so we'll send the turn back. No spells again. Top deck Land, play that, say go. So we do need to threat pretty badly, because we have to try and outrace a top deck Scion. If we draw a Consign as well, I guess that will counter out the Scion. Top deck another land, play that, say go. Riddler. Riddler is really good. That one sticks. Draw a card. Delta. And just going to pass the turn. Top deck Bauble, play Bauble. Crack it on ourselves. Swift Spear. Well, it is a threat. We'll keep that on top. And step opponent's going to crack their fetch. Breeding Pool, tap. Draw the Swift Spear off the Bauble. And there it is, baby. Scion of Draco. So it's going to be a tough one to beat. Top deck another land. Play Swift Spear. Combat. Attack in with the Swift Spear. They do block. So we'll go for Bolt. Trigger Prowess. Fetch. Mountain. Dart. And then Flashback Lava Dart. Sacrifice Mountain. There is the binding. Yep. Unfortunate. I mean, we could decide to not fetch, but if we want to hold up a blue, we have to fetch for a basic. Now we're going to get practice offensed, so we'll just say go. There is the offense. GG, game 3. On the play for game 3. Oof, opener is pretty good. Just needs a second land. Man, I feel like we've seen this hand quite a lot today. How brave are we? Does die to Scion plus Leyline. I think we keep turn 1 Preordain. This matchup is not very good, and the key thing to do is have a 1-drop plus snare for turn 2 at least. Especially on the play, we can afford to keep this and not play Swift Spear turn 1. There is a Leyline, so we'll fetch Shock. Also, it gives us a better chance of drawing into Consign as well. No land or Consign. Corey, gonna get punished back to back. It's a bit over like 65% for us to hit a land here. 4 looks, 16 lands in the deck. Do top deck the land, thank goodness. So play out Swift Spear now. Combat, attack. Hopefully no push. Never know. There is the push. GG. Delta for the opponent. And Scion. Not much we can do about that, unfortunately. Just going to Lava Dart the opponent to get that in the graveyard. Top deck Heat. The problem is if we go Corey plus Flashback Dart, make the Monk, and then we attack, there's just no way that they're going to block. I think, honestly, our best plan of attack is to just go Corey and pass. Hope they don't have Leyline binding. But yeah, partly why this matchup is really bad is that it's pretty much impossible for us to deal with this board. We just didn't see a Consign in any of the opening hands. I think we keep this hand still. It was pretty much, you know, just looking for that second land and then Consign as a bit of gravy. You don't really want a mulligan to Consign. There's a binding as well. Well, you know, sometimes the dice just don't roll the way. Bauble, brutal draw. Wow, that would have been very, very good last turn. Actually, probably would have given us a decent chance to fight through the Scion. Stun with an Null on top. Yeah, so now they've got a negate. Although they're probably just going to fetch. Now they do fetch. GG. There goes your negate. Haha. Thundering Falls, card on top. Oh no, bro. Top deck a Slick Shot. That boy ain't getting past the Scion. Attacking in with Scion, so we go down to 7. Ha, Frog, spell snared. Get out of here, bro. Man, I wish that was a Consign to memory. Top deck Bolt. Not a lot we can do. Just going to plot the old Slick Shot. Send the turn back. Opponent's going to fetch up Lush Portico. Or Meticulous Archive, sorry. Keep the card on top as well. Combat, attack in for 4. Riddler coming down. Top deck Land. Yep, that'll do it. 2-3 today, not the record you want to see, but a couple of unlucky matchups, a couple of bad draws as well along the way. I think overall we played not too bad. A few little minor mistakes here or there. Probably just a bit of fatigue from myself, but still showcasing some turn 3 kills, some nice grindy games. Didn't see Consign in the matchups we wanted to see Consign, which is a bit of an issue, but sometimes you just don't draw the cards. If you like the video and want more Prowess content, make sure you check out the other videos on the channel. And if you want to rent some cards for Magic Online, make sure you check out Mana Traders, best rental services in the game. And if you use code Ethan, you'll get 40% cash back after the first 3 months of your subscription. And 2, check out Aggro Academy down below, link in the description. Got a complete IZZET Prowess guide up there, bunch of sideboard guides, modern burn guide about to be published as well. And after the spotlight, there'll be a big update to the guide, so make sure you stay tuned for that one. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next one.